Messy layers to the discourse. One person allegedly said, "Nobody is being real, so I will." Ashlee might be an influencer now, but Miami knows she was a stripper. Joe found her at a party. She was literally on the pole and danced in his section. And they have spent the last year fighting in luxury hotels across the globe. That quote is everywhere right now. But like everything else, it is being dragged and debunked from all sides. This mess gets deeper when you realize this was not even their first time getting engaged. It was actually the second time they played this game. That alone is a red flag, especially with reports that this was not the first time the cops had to intervene during their blowouts. People do not just ignore that. And now the internet is rewatching everything with a magnifying glass. On top of that, there are major questions about the bank account of Joe McCann that are adding even more stress to the plot. Reports claim Joe McCann is currently being watched for financial moves where profits were being reported despite massive underlying losses. That kind of allegation has the internet paying close attention because it adds a level of desperation and heat that cannot be ignored. Then there is the relationship dynamic that people cannot stop talking about. Some are pointing out the massive gap in age, wealth, and power, suggesting there was a serious imbalance in the room. That theory has sparked intense debates, with many believing that dynamic influenced how this tragedy eventually played out. One statement that is going viral really captures how toxic these opinions have become. A close source said this was not even their first time being engaged. It was the second. It is also not the first time the police were called to stop them from fighting. Joe McCann is currently the subject of a financial crime investigation. He was allegedly taking profits from investments that were actually at a loss for years and got caught. He is wealthy, shady, older, has a huge power leverage over her, and in my view, chose her for that reason. Who knows what happened that night? May she rest in peace, and may her family find the truth. But this was 100% a sugar baby situation on steroids. I know them, and we share plenty of friends. However, many people feel like this whole escort narrative being pushed so hard is doing one thing: distracting from what actually matters. It is coming from a source that is not even verified, which makes the whole thing look like a setup. At this point, some are asking if this person is being paid to push a script because the coordination feels way too professional to be an accident. What is really scary is how these rumors are trashing the reputation of Ashlee Jenae. It is like the focus was shifted to her past to ruin her image instead of looking for the truth. People are noticing that when you destroy a victim's character, it makes the public less likely to care about the facts because they think her life was already messy. But her real friends are fighting back hard. They are screaming that regardless of these claims, Ashlee Jenae was genuinely excited about her wedding and her future. That vibe does not match the narrative being sold, and it is exactly why people are demanding receipts before they believe a word of this. Across every platform, the volume is increasing. People are saying whether she was an influencer, a private girl, or both. The script is looking suspiciously convenient, and everyone is officially side-eyeing this mess. Right when Joe McCann feels the heat regarding Ashlee Jenae, a random Miami girl emerges claiming she has the receipts on some secret double life. This timing is not just messy. It is completely manufactured. The public is not falling for it anymore. Everyone is questioning who is actually pulling the strings behind this desperate pivot. Think about it. If the world starts viewing Ashlee Jenae as some shady character rather than a grieving bride-to-be, the entire story flips instantly. It plants suspicion. It manipulates perception. And it makes these wild claims easier for certain people to swallow without any proof. That is precisely why this whole situation feels like a calculated PR stunt to everyone watching. The real question that has the internet buzzing is simple. Who actually benefits from this specific version of events being forced right now? Because looking at it, this is not random. It is a deliberate redirection of energy, dragging focus away from the facts and onto Ashlee Jenae and her personal history. That pivot is enough to make any sane person pause and wonder. Fans online are dragging it, saying, "This looks like a script, not a coincidence." Instead of truth, they are selling chaos, and instead of facts, they are giving us more theories. Honestly, people wanted transparency, but instead, this feels like a produced reality show that is keeping the world on edge. Every time the dust settles, a new distraction drops to pull the spotlight. Everyone's spiraling and wondering what is reality versus what is just static. So here is the tea. This Miami woman claims Ashlee Jenae was living some underground life and is trying to sell it with these massive allegations. According to her, Ashlee had a burner Instagram for her secret side, something hidden from the world, and that page has conveniently vanished into thin air. That claim is viral bait, but it also feels incredibly fake because there is zero evidence being provided. What makes this even more hilarious is that not a single screenshot or direct link to this burner account has actually been leaked yet. People are noticing that the main account for Ashlee Jenae is mostly empty, and some are using that vacuum to spin theories, claiming there was more tea elsewhere. But again, that is just fan fiction without any receipts to back it. Simultaneously, others are pointing at her Twitter. Still, none of this validates the massive reach these clout chasers are making. Allegedly, this Miami source is doubling down on the drama. She is now claiming she can prove Ashlee Jenae once worked as a bottle girl at D South in Miami. And she is whispering that this is where Ashlee linked up with specific people in her circle. That detail has everyone hooked, trying to figure out what is fact and what is pure fiction. Then there is the way Ashlee Jenae curated her online image. When people dig through her feed, some argue it did not fit the standard influencer vibe. Instead of clearly shilled products or brand deals like most girls, she seemed focused on flaunting a millionaire lifestyle without any obvious income source behind it. That void has triggered even more speculation, especially from those trying to make the math add up. At the same time, her circle has stepped up to defend her, claiming she owned a hair brand and was successful. But the haters are not buying it without seeing the paperwork. Where are the ads, the shipping proofs, and the consistent marketing that defines a real online business? For the skeptics, those missing links just add to the mystery surrounding the whole thing. And then we have the witnesses claiming they really knew Ashlee Jenae, adding more.